The Democrats still have a major, major branding problem heading into the midterms. One I hope will stick with them for another year here going into it, but they keep hiring. You know, we all know people say, well, the left can't meme. Well, they also can't really get inspiring spokespeople. The right can, but the problem is the left keeps taking their lives, or for up until very recently, deplatforming them. So the left has trotted out soy-infused dorks like Harry Sisson, or what is that, Dean Withers, or you have like Hassan Piker, who's openly pro-Terry and a radical and pro taking people's lives, in my opinion, simply for disagreeing, all sorts of stuff like that. But then they hired this very big star, one of the biggest stars to ever rumble the earth underneath their feet. And this was somebody called Olivia Giuliana, who is supposed to be their secret weapon. It is a gigantic personality of a woman who the left has trotted out, saying, well, she's Gen Z and she's just like us. The fact of the matter is nobody actually cares about her, and her likes and retweets on Twitter are most likely from Pakistani bots. You could tell that with all these quote unquote influencers, because nobody actually knows who they are in real life. They could walk down the street, no one will recognize them. No, she's not a social media star. She's a AstroTurf star. It's like that rich kid that tried to take over to Charlie Kirk when his body was still warm. What was that kid's name? People sussed him out almost immediately. They were like, who is this kid? Why is he on a private jet wearing a Rolex, demanding money to speak at college universities? And he basically just went away. But here we have a very big personality from Texas. And, well, they never want to, actually answer for their own beliefs. They don't want to, actually defend any of their positions, because all their positions are handed to them from the Democratic National Committee. They don't actually know what they believe. They're told what they believe. I've seen these talking points memos that go out, and they just quick fire up TikTok, make the video, cash the check. Now, are there people on the right that do this? Absolutely. I don't know any, but of course there is. It just came out the other day that allegedly, Israel was paying $7,000 per post for positive Israel posts, something like that. I don't know. But that is a true story. So certainly somebody's getting that money. Apparently, if you make fun of Ian Carroll, you're getting that money. I have not received any of it. Well, this larger than life person was scheduled to appear on Tim Pool's show. And what's interesting is I don't think they were ever going to honor their commitment in the first place. But here we see Olivia Giuliana, right? 300,000, doesn't even have as many followers as I do on X, okay? But gets 56,000 likes on tweets. That's because they're bots, okay? Elon has a major bot problem on X. It's why I'm using it less and less. It's why, if you want the real truth, you go to thequartering.com/join and join our members Discord, where we actually do investigations and you can talk directly to me. A lot of this stuff on X is just pure nonsense, raised up by Pakistani bot farms. 10,000 likes. So Tim tweets, 90% of liberals we try to book demand money. 0% of conservatives ask for money. In fact, conservatives sometimes drive themselves, even though we cover travel and accommodations. Liberals are grifters. They don't care about ideas. They care about money. They will do anything for money. Well, that's true. I've appeared on Tim's show several times, and he has never offered me any money, nor have I asked him for money. They did fly me out there. They did put me up in a hotel, and that was about it. And there was never any expectation of money. Now, he calls that out. And so Olivia Giuliana, who is the left's big quote unquote star quote tweets and says, 10,000 likes and I'll post a screenshot of Tim's team offering me money to collab with him. Again, all this does is prove Tim right. Like this is how dumb these people are. All this does is prove Tim right. So of course, did y'all ask me to do your shows? Think it's a coincidence I always have something else going on? Oh, I'm too busy. You fall for it every time. LOL. Again, so immediately the redheaded libertarian hits her with, Olivia, if you wanted a food allowance, you could have just asked for one. And she also lied. Here you have Lisa Elizabeth releasing all of the DMs. Hi, Olivia. Tim Pool has a new show, The Culture War, where two guests with opposing views sit down for a live conversation. We are hoping to have you on as a guest with Nuance Bro. Please let me know if you're interested. That was on July 25th, then July 8th. Hi, Olivia. Temple is hosting a live event July 26th in Washington, D.C., and we would love for you to be a part of the show. We would arrange all your travel and accommodations and provide free tickets for your audience. Please know. So they committed the horrendous crime of asking her to talk. So then she replies, hi, Lisa, I have prior familial obligations, the 25th through the 28th, and will be unable to attend. Thank you for the invitation. So her whole thing, okay, is I never wanted to do the show and I was just trolling them, but here she lied. So her big own is that she lied to Tim Pool's booker. Why wouldn't she just say no? And then here it goes further. Hi, Olivia. Tim Pool would like to invite you to be featured speaker at one of our upcoming live tapings in the DC Comedy Loft. Although we politics occasionally get contentious, we want these to be somewhat fun and even funny events, so people leave feeling good. It's in person. We'll give you travel and tickets. At no point were they offering her money. Again. Here you see, tell when you asked Olivia to do the whole war for us, did we ever offer any money in exchange? The answer is no. She said that they did, because the times I reached out to her, we did not. And then she puts this garbage out. So then the redheaded libertarian writes, getting paid travel and accommodations is not getting paid money. You are not getting a stipend. You are not getting cash to do with what you please. You are getting treated just like everybody else who would come to an IRL or the culture war. You lied. You got caught. Here's what it said. Here are the screenshots you posted, which offer to pay for all of my travel and accommodations, which is offering money. I didn't lie. No, you did lie and you got caught. It's very easy to tell when gigantic people lie. It's, quite frankly, very, very easy to do. And this person just has no morals whatsoever. None. You did lie. When you said they offered to pay you money, you were alluding to the fact that Tim Pool wrote you a check to appear on their show, of which you were too moral to accept. When in fact, you knew, I knew, and everyone knew that that was a lie. So when they released the text messages proving that you were lying, you tried to reframe it as like, well, they paid for my flight, so that's paying me money. No, it isn't. Nobody in the world actually thinks that's true. I could tell you this as somebody whose job it is to sit on their rear end and make videos. Traveling to go do Tim's show or anybody's show, right, is a inconvenience. And there's not a lot of money that would make it worth it. I mean, it would have to be stupid, crazy good money. And even then, I have a show to do, and that's why I don't do Tim shows often as I would like to. Thursday, Friday, I'd be happy to go on. It's been a while since I've been there. I didn't like the way the last one ended, so it would be definitely nice. And they have asked me to go. So it's just really on me about making time. That said, it's not getting paid. Believe me, flying United Airlines to Bumble frick nowhere and then staying in a Holiday Inn Express, which, by the way, I'm not dunking on them. That's the nicest hotel in that area. Okay. But staying at a Holiday Inn Express and buying your own food and buying, taking your own time off work, foregoing other opportunities, believe me, going on other people's shows, just quite frankly, is not worth it unless you can try to change minds, or you can hopefully get, new viewers, or you actually want to do a favor. There are other reasons. Tim says, this is exactly my point. Give me 10,000 likes and I'll prove it. Holy ish. Yeah, shocker. We offered Naima, I don't know who that is, $500 to come on TCW Live, a ticketed event, which people pay to get into. We have never paid anyone to appear on IRL or TPD. I don't know what TPD, the Culture War, maybe Tim Pool Daily. All Olivia does is lie. This is the left. This is the best the left has. This person is their big own is for all of their viewers to see that they lied. That's their big own. She's on Ozempic. She's working out. So she's still grifting off this, by the way. Unlike the women in the Trump admin, I admit when I inject things into my body with needles, working out. Lamau, they keep posting videos of me when I was 65 pounds heavier, before I started working out. Working out, you mean Ozempic. Well, look, something to take the edge off. I don't have, again, all she does is lie. All this woman does is lie. So she lies about working out. She's just taking Ozempic. By the way, I'm on a journey to be less fat as well. I actually don't care if people work out or they take Ozempic or they take whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's obviously a lot better than being 200 pounds overweight, I guess. We don't really know the long-term effects of these medicines right now. If people were taking it longer, perhaps, I'd feel differently about it. But if you want to take it and you lose 100 pounds and that's how you got to lose 100 pounds, I don't think that that's a problem. But this, I don't know. It doesn't look like she's lost much weight, but good for her if she's trying. Now, she should try. I don't know if there's an injectable she can take that will stop her from lying as easily. Well, maybe not as easily as she breathes, but lying as easily as she eats. Maybe there's an injectable for that. Again, days later, she's still going, you didn't admit that yesterday. Now I want to know. Now I want to take you to the gym. Please come off it. They keep posting photos of me when I was heavier before I started working out. So she got caught in another lie. She keeps saying working out, but she's Ozempic. She's on that. Fine, good, but maybe stop lying. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.